on to some clips and see what's going on here, folks. Let's hop into the first map. This was Faze versus Optic. And I just like the play here from Ant. You can see Ant, he's coming off through court here, and he's able to make the play here. And this is able to help them try and win this this game here. So it starts things off. One invasion. Let me scroll up. This was a weird spawn here. So MC ends up spawning fucking behind people here, and I don't know how. And I kind of wanted to slow it back. And I mean, guys, I just really hope we never see this fucking map ever again. Sorry, rewind. It's right here. So I'm gonna pause it as soon as he spawns. But bang, right there. How the fuck does he spawn right behind Optic Texas here on a pinch? Is it like, how does that happen?
Game sucks.
Yeah, game sucks.
It just sucks, right? I didn't know if maybe because AG was pushed up, but I doubt it. I mean, he spawns in between the Optic players. He spawns right in between. And this ends up helping him because he gets him off the hill here. MC, he comes off spawn, and he was able to put some shots down and kill Shotzi off the point. So Shotzi goes down, 3 go dead. And Optic did a good job, though. They get right back in here. They get the trades. It didn't really affect too much, but I just didn't know if you guys had an answer to that spawn.
Yeah, it has to be something to do with where AG is and the timing of phases spawns. Would be the only thing that could impact it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
or it's just completely random. This game is shit, which is also a very viable option.
I think I have an explanation, but I would have to draw it out. You wouldn't understand it if I was just talking about it. But I think, to summarize, it's that when the hill is white, I think it has a bigger upweighting on nearby spawns than enemy downweights do, right? So, like, the way spawns work is enemies downweight the spawns that are around the map. Okay,
what
like,
does downweight
where
mean,
they are.
Pat? What does that mean? Like downweight?
Like,
what do you mean by that?
Deprioritized.
Yeah, deprioritize. So like if basically assign a number to every spawn point on the map. They all start at, let's say, 0. If an enemy's nearby, it could drop to like -50, right? Like that would be the down weight for the enemy, depending on the distance they are from that spawn. And I think why we see so many inconsistencies with white hills is I think what they've done is that when the hill is white, it has a different weighting for spawns than it does for when either team owns it. And so I think what happens is because that spawn is one of the closest to the hills, the enemy that downweights the spawn isn't downweighting it enough that the neutral objective is upweighting it. And I think that's why they're getting those like really close spawns. It goes back to the point where white hills, enemy-owned hills, ally-owned hills, it shouldn't have a different weighting.
Spawn,
and I think that's why we see so much inconsistency. I would have to like draw it out for you to kind of explain it better, but I think that's what's occurring.
It could just be like a thing for like, it's like a casual thing where it's like, oh, the game wants you to get into the game quicker. So like it's just giving you a closer spawn.
And then there were some other weird spawns here as well. First, I do want to tune in to the... Actually, no, this is kind of where it did happen. I'm pretty sure it was here. Yeah. Okay, so this is where some more weird spawns come in. So Faze, they're trying to get to that next hard point, and you can see MC. He's getting there early, and MC gets a lot of kills here. But I just don't understand how Optic's spawning on top of MC here. Like, shouldn't they be spawning out Palace?
Nah.
But instead, Faze is getting those spawns.
I mean, the spawn block on this hill, because the courtyard hill is up, is mannequin.
And there were 2 spawns that came up Palace. Faze and Optic were spawning Palace right before this happened. So I'll rewind it back. Later, brother. Later, Kason. I'll rewind it back, and you can kind of see how it unfolds. Like, I'm thinking right here. So 2 players come off spawn.
That's because number five is blocking mannequin when they do, and then once he dies, that spawn gets opened again. Because yeah, the 2 spawns on this, or the 3 spawns. There's one like where Optic is in Palace now, and then there's one towards where Faze is, and then the other spawn for the spawn out is mannequin.
Yeah.
So
it was being blocked, and then those players spawned Palace, and then once he died, it opened it up. I definitely see it now. I thought. Watching it back, I was like, MC's staying alive. He's getting so many kills, but the spawns aren't flipping.
Yeah.
But it was good plays by Optic to secure those spawns and hold on. MC almost did it by himself, holding those spawns there. And
Optic played around the situation really, really well.
They did.
They were kind of like MC was getting kills, making plays, but Optic was soaking time that entire sequence, which was really good by them.
Which honestly, P3 and P5, I feel like is the only hill on this map where you can really soak some time. Like it's so hard. This is why we always see this map just go down to time limit. It just always collapses. It's just a lot different now. I'll be honest. This map is not played like it used to be, and I think it's dog shit. It needs to be removed immediately. But let's move on to the next clip. And this is the ending of the game, which can we have had a better ending, guys? I mean, seriously, could we have had a better ending than this?
I mentioned the game clock on P1. We got to P4.
Bro, that's actually insane. We
Right,
were like,
this was a third set of hard points, and this was a third set. And look how it's 237 to 230 in favor of Optic. Now FaZe, they're diving into the point. I thought Simp made a great play challenging this guy here, Ace and D. And then he just stays alive just enough to buy some time for his teammates. If Simp would have died there, I think it would have looked a lot different if he would have died right there.
Impenetrable motorcycle.
The fucking motorcycle protected Simp for a second.
But you can shoot through the building next to it.
Yeah.
The logic there is great.
We'll get there with the Paco clip. Him shooting through. Actually, no, I don't know if he didn't do that today. But that was yesterday. But he fucking shot through that whole building. Kason, you can see Kason going fucking nuts in the crowd. What an ending there. Just wanted to replay the ending because it was just so mixy. And I mean, I don't know if there's anything you guys saw there that you caught. I mean, I felt like Optic was in do or die situation, and FaZe just won the fight.
I think the main gripe I had was the P2 rotation. Optic was in like a really good spot, and they had streaks to use. And I think they kind of mishandled the situation when they could have got like a really good P2 setup. I think when Brandon was pushed out broken, I think they had a timing a streak there that I don't think they took advantage of.
Yeah, and I know even right here we were kind of debating like whether or not we think they should have hopped out here and maybe get that timer down a little bit. But they were in a weird spot. I mean, I probably would have got the time here, and I actually probably would have got the time.
It's such a weird situation. Like, you would love if someone had the heads up to, like, pinch all the way around dark and do some bullshit.
This was the biggest win right here.
But this is such a weird...
This right here.
Weird 50-50 thing that doesn't happen too often on this map.
The fact that he's able to stay alive, I just think Simp goes fucking huge and just wins him the game. It was a good
can't believe he ate another bullet right there.
Yeah,
that's insane.
he's just tanking, bro.
I think Zach probably still gets in the hill. Like, I think FaZe probably still win this.
Maybe, because you got to think Optic spawning palace, they're looking over it. Like, it's tough. Like, I thought Simp clutched the fuck up right there. If Simp didn't make that play, it would have been close. It could have gone either way. But and then we hop over to the S&D. This is the 4-3 round. The reason why I brought this round up is because Optic keep doing this against Atlanta FaZe, and they couldn't stop it. They can't stop the Esky push. And I was thinking, by this point in the game, I'm thinking that FaZe got to be stacking this, bro. Like, they keep going Esky, and they keep getting that B bomb down. I was thinking FaZe can just give up planes, start stacking B in mid-hall, and just if they go plane, just retake it with your tax and call it a fucking day. But I'm just going to play it out and show you guys how Optic was able to do it. And it always starts with Shotzi, just getting fucking twisted over here on these planners and going rogue. He pushes FaZe back, and he instantly goes for that bomb plant. It was a really good play here from Ant and Dashy to just get that aggression, take the space, and get the bomb down. I just guess I'll ask you guys, what do you think FaZe should do to stop an Esky push like this? Because I feel like they got to stack. They got to adapt, which they ended up doing as the game went on. But I thought it was too late here. I thought they should have adapted quicker. But what do you guys think?
I mean, I personally just think, at least in this situation specifically, they had a guy pin golf cart, so they could have like probably used a little bit of small talk and tried to like activate on it, maybe bait out the guy on the right that was always in the open. Like, he had no choice but to watch over his teammate and then like pounce on the guy on the left. I mean, once that guy's kind of like... They're most exposed when they're still on that old P1, but as soon as you let them get onto your escalators, they had no choice but to back down. I don't know. I think they were just kind of like scared. They didn't want to give them a pick, and they probably.
And I do like the strat from Optic. The one thing I do like about Optic strats, they get aggressive, they're decisive on B, but they also have people playing late flanks. Like they're kind of like they're around Dreams or around Terminal, just playing lurks. I don't think AG need to make a move just yet. But it doesn't really matter. They have the bomb down, the trades come in, and the last guy's up is MC. And
another thing they could do is like, so unless a team takes both their trophy players over to that site, which sometimes that's something that people don't use foresight with, is save their grenades and use it to retake close, because most people will trophy the backside, to cover the initial push, but then they won't have one for the site or like around escalators. So there's there's a couple ways you could play it.
And then we hop over to the round 11, and I just wanted to break it down. We could take a look at it and kind of see what's going on.
Dude,
I mean,
Ant's play is insane.
I thought Ant's play was fucking incredible right here. I mean, it was just the risk that he took.
I thought he got off the bomb. I was like, oh my God, he's fucking griefing.
Yeah.
And then
I think he got off the bomb because they get blood. Like, somebody dies.
Nobody dies.
Nobody died. Yeah, he did get off
that's
the bomb.
What I'm saying. When he got off, I was like, oh my God.
I think number 3 or number 1 saw
off?
that this guy number 6 ran out of white, maybe, and they were just scared.
He thought he was going to die from mid-hall.
He was going to die from mid-hall.
Yeah, but he makes a good play. Even with the bomb, he's got that confidence to just hit that guy out and get the kill. It was a good play from him. And they make it a 3v2 situation. Bomb goes down yet again. and Atlanta FaZe are just kind of in a tough spot here. And I mean, what plays it yet again? It's the Esky rush. I mean, this was the bread and butter for Optic in this map. They just kept hitting Esky, and Atlanta FaZe didn't have an answer for it. So good play calls from Optic, and if you're Atlanta FaZe, you got to find out a way to counter that and stop that push because they were having a hard time with it. But let's move on to the next clip, unless you guys got anything else to say on that round 11.
No, I just love the way Optic plays their offenses on that map. We talk about it a lot, like late playing through dreams and late playing the right side of the map when you're going B. And I think Optic's really the first team that we've seen like prioritize that style of gameplay. So yeah, I think it panned out well for them.
And they're listening?
What's up?
They listening?
Oh, you're saying they're listening? Yeah, I mean, we talk about it a lot, and they're the first team we've seen actually fucking do it. So
I don't know why.
Maybe they watch the flank.
I mean,
2009.
JP's
Maybe they're watching the flank.
They're watching the flank.
I mean, JP's in the chat all the time, so you know.
I also want to tip something that I saw quite a few teams do today, even in like I think in like the finals, is on that terminal S&D. There was or not in the finals, but in that winners finals, there was times where people were on their defenses when they didn't see anybody escalators. They were pushing through towards Burger and like flanking back book, and they were catching a lot of people off guard because most of the time people are kind of scared to hit that pinch because I don't know, it just seems kind of outrageous. But I think like when you read a lot of these team setups, like Sim kept doing it. Sim kept like playing inside book and just watching that cross. I think it's just like very favorable when you do push that out because you're gonna catch that guy off guard a lot of the time.
Yeah, somebody wanted me to go back and show AG fucking staring down MC, which I think is hilarious. I mean, there was definitely a lot of banter and a lot of shit talk going on in this series. I mean, if you guys really want to see it, yeah, I'll rewind it back for you guys so you could take a look at AG going fucking nuts. But there was...
FaZe started out up 3-0. MC then shot someone's body, and they lost 4 straight. I think MC lost like 3 1v1s in this map or something.
Yeah, he did. He shot... I mean, to be fair, MC's been shooting bodies all weekend, no matter who he's playing. And I'm happy that the stigma is fucking gone. Because he's been shooting bodies all weekend, and they won the event. So I'm happy that fucking stigma's gone. And we'll take a look here at the final round here so you guys can see the stare down, just in case you guys missed it. But, I mean, Pred, I will say one thing about AG. His energy on stage is phenomenal. I mean, when you have a teammate like that gets so hyped and has so much energy and has that passion, you know what I mean? It helps out a lot. It goes a long way.
His listenings, they gassed me up, bro. When he would get like kills, he was going insane.
Yeah, and you can see him on stage now. He's just staring over at the Atlanta FaZe guys. Look at him. He's staring them down. And then they ended up losing the next couple. And then they ended up losing in the next map. This was actually a really big map. I think it was Nameless who was saying that the control was going to be a swing mode in this one. I actually think he was right. I think the swing mode was definitely in the control.
The one thing Ant's been right about FaZe the last couple of weeks.
But I like that from AG, man. I like AG getting chirpy and staring down and fucking getting active in the shit talk. I love to see that. I love that everybody was getting involved this weekend, at least with the top 4 teams. I feel like all the top 4, between Scrap and Draws and AG and MC, and Kismet, they all got involved a little bit.
We're getting back to the roots of the interaction.
We're getting back, guys. We're getting back, and I love it. And then we get into the control. Now, take a look at MC at the start of this round. He does not move from the back of the map here. At the start of the round here, he just holds this. Look, I'll even play it out from the get-go. And this ends up winning Atlanta FaZe the offense. So you can see how it kind of plays out. MC, I guess MC's just waiting for a straggler. I think FaZe is just all going B, acting as decoys. And then MC here is just going to look for a straggler, try and get a pick, and then try and progress up that A streak. And you can kind of see how it ends up happening because Optic, they get the kills B, and then MC, you can see the close spawns come in from Atlanta FaZe because everybody from Optic drifted over towards B. Atlanta FaZe got those close A spawns. They hit the point, and they instantly cap A here. It was a really good strat, a really good play call there from Atlanta FaZe. Sam, I think it was you who called it out in the watch party that he was waiting there all day. If you're Optic, I mean, how do you stop that? Because that close A spawn, you got to be really, really careful giving up the left side of the map.
You also have to
count players.
You also have to count the players on the cross initially. Yeah. But one thing that FaZe did well, and you actually see it too. So they were prepared for other things too. Like they didn't just rely on MC. So they triple crossed, right? And one of them stayed mid tank. He stayed mid tank and was watching freezer door and like waiting for an overextension through mid. So only 2 people actually got to B. And you'll actually see this guy. He just gives it up right there. But you'll see he was there for a while. So they were kind of preparing to see if they would bait Optic into like a rotation and then kill them and then go. So I mean, that's just good mind games.
Yeah,
to be
it's
honest.
good mind games, and it's just a good play call. I don't know who made the play call. I'm sure it was practiced, but just really like the way they broke off that invasion control, that offense, because that offense wins them the map. They end up winning the map 3-1 because of that offense. So really, really good plays from Atlanta FaZe. Anything else on that play before we move on to the next one? Because the next one is pretty much just a highlight reel here. This is the Abeezy show, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the hell he ate today, but this motherfucker was shooting. I just want to show this highlight because if he didn't do this, I don't think they win this map. I'm going to be honest. I don't think if Abeezy doesn't make these plays, I don't see FaZe winning this map. And I think that just shows the individual skill from these guys. They can kind of kick up at any moment. Simp has been going off all weekend. Draza and Selim as well, and Abeezy, he kicks the fuck up here. He ends up getting a big streak here, jumps out, finds another two-piece, and he continues to keep this spree going as well. And this is kind of what mounts the comeback, because look at how far back Abeezy pushes Optic just by staying alive and being a nuisance here. He just keeps winning fight after fight, and Optic can't track him. I don't know why this guy, I don't know why Shotzi didn't go bottom green and trade him. Because if you don't kill Abeezy, you got to kill him. He almost got this kill here at the end, too.
That would have been insane.
But you can see how FaZe was just able to mount the comeback here off the play from Abeezy. If he didn't make that play, I just don't see them winning this map. It was just a great individual skill there. And then as we go towards the end of this one, it goes all the way back to a P1. And it was actually FaZe who ended up breaking it. Now, what do you think about the Optic setup here in the P1? So you can take a look here. I'll rewind it back a little bit so you guys see how it's set up. But it's FaZe who's coming from Chicken Coop. And you have Optic who are coming from Red. I mean, if you guys are in this situation, what would you guys do here?
Back up real quick, because so Aaron's playing a corner. Bruce is playing a corner, gets caught. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Optic Texas here, what would you have done differently here on the setup, or was it just good plays from FaZe? I mean, I'll let it play out. Shotzi was able to win the one-on-one on Hill. He gets down, and you can see Zach. He just gets into green, and Abeezy has that streak. Again, if he doesn't make that play, I don't know what happened here. Abeezy hit the ball. How the fuck does Shotzi survive this cruise missile? I lost my shit when I saw this. What is going on here? I said, what the fuck? I don't even know how this thing came. Look at the explosions on his fucking head.
Brick wall greater than.
Yeah, I think he just probably was the shots he's laying down behind the wall, and the missile probably landed on the other side of the wall, and it didn't kill him, which is fucking insane.
I think the key thing with the setup, and we see Optic when they play a lot of top teams too, like they just actually I take that back. I mean, they run through bottom church and Chris gets 2 kills.
You just give yourself so many more options coming from top 3 at the market side of the map. Like you can play through green, you can play through top AC to kill the guy off the hill, you can play through mid cut. Like there's just so many more options that FaZe have, especially compounded with the streak. So I think that because they got the market spawn when the hill broke, they just, like I said, Zach just ran through the street, got bottom green for free, ended up getting kills for it.
Yeah, and then Sim pushing out Satellite was such a good play. He pushes out Satellite, he's able to get behind them, and he just gets into their spawn. And even worst case scenario, say Optic does get a contest there, Simp has the rotation. So it was just a really good route from Chris. He pretty much calls game there. So good job from Simp. He was going off all weekend long. Any final thoughts on that map, gentlemen?
Not on that map, but Tom, I made a quick little